Are you good? You have like nose hairs sticking out of your nose.
Get them out.
No.
Get it. Pull it.
Make stop. I'm not pulling anything. Make stop.
Cut it.
No.
Cut it.
No, I don't want to. Oh my god.
Did I get it?
Yeah. You did. There's still some hanging out.
All right.
No. They're like toward the inside.
This part?
Yeah. Wait, you got it. You got it. You're gonna put that in.
Now that that's taken care of. What's going on, guys? Kivox and Meekachii here. We're doing our wrap-up for February. Look at that.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even have to tell you what to say.
Yeah, because I just edited the TBR. So I remember that was a TBR, and this is the wrap-up.
But you remembered the month. That's impressive.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
So I read 7 books.
Yo,
It's
shut
like,
up.
What am I
Shut up.
becoming?
Shut your face. I read 3.
That's not so bad.
That's the same as last month.
Yeah.
I'm at 100% efficiency right now. Oh yeah, so we got these guys. We started a while ago doing something similar to this. But we do have these available. This is a little shameless plug. We have them available on our Etsy store. So if you want to do keep track of your books that you read every year, this is the 2021. Obviously, if you get one now, it'll be the 2021. Every year we plan on doing it. It may change. It may get a little bit better for next year. Who knows if the design will get better. Hopefully. That's the goal. Always making it better. So we each have our own of those.
And we rate books that we read.
And that's what we're going to do now.
My first book that I finished, I'm going to go in order of me finishing books.
I hate when you do that. But keep mine out.
No, I can't.
What is the order? Is that the order?
Yeah, it's a good order.
Okay. Wait, where's...
Reaper at the Gates. Book 3 in the Ember in the Ashes series, I guess. I don't know. Oh, A Torch Against the Night.
You read...
That's the second book.
This is book 3?
What is this series called? This is book 3. This is my TBR jar pick.
That's what it is, Meek. It says it right there. An Ember in the Ashes novel.
Ember.
That's what I said, an Amber.
Amber.
An Amber.
I think I'm just... It's not that these books are written poorly, because they're not. They're written very well. The characters are good. Everything about them is... Nothing's bad. I was just bored. I think I'm over this series, and I'm just over it.
So what you're saying is it's not you.
It's not the book, it's me.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
I know people that have read this series and they really like it. They like all 4 of them. I'm not going to buy the 4th one. I'm not going to continue on. I just don't care anymore. I read the first 2 so long ago and they just didn't hold up over time for me. So going into this one, I had to kind of recap. And on top of it, I just didn't care anymore. So I just found myself being bored a lot of the time. I trucked through and I finished it, but I don't even remember how it ends. I just don't care anymore. I'm not gonna continue. And like I said, it's nothing at fault with the book per se. It's just I don't care about the story anymore.
Oh.
So that's that.
Let's get your book. Is this one yours? Meekachii. Bam, bam, bam. Meekachii. Look at how many books she already read. You're so impressive.
Oh, thanks, me. I think I'm gonna give this one 2.5.
Filling it in.
Cause I don't know, just meh.
So the way that we rate them is 1 to 5 and in between, and then we have a star and we have DNFs. Did not finish.
But anything I DNF, I have to at least finish a whole chapter, and then I have to pull another book out of my jar to read.
I don't follow those rules.
No, I do though. Then book 2 was our book club book.
We just did a live stream for this, so if you guys are interested more in depth of what we thought about it, you may not be once we tell you what we rate it. But for the most part, we did not like this. It has a ton of hype, and we read some of the reviews on them. I don't understand where people are coming from with this, but it's all their reasoning we disagree with. Nothing. It was written well. The author is a very good author. It seems like. But the story, I'd say 80% of my review is based on the story. The way that it's written to me isn't as important. The author's writing style is not as important if the story is fun and I enjoy. You know what I mean? It's all like
it just
story.
makes it though. Like I feel like you have to have both. I think that's what kind of put us off is there were really 3 point of views that you read through here, and we really only enjoyed maybe one.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole book. So I think that put a damper on it was like the fact that we didn't care about the storyline enough, but it was well written, but the writing, it wasn't good enough to make you care about everything
The story.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, there was parts of it that I
people
didn't.
are like, it's such an epic fantasy. I mean, it's technically an epic fantasy, like by definition, but
Because it's about the world.
to me, it's not like anything great, and it's not really anything.
But I would
super
say
unique.
I would say
either.
it is not an epic fantasy.
Yeah. I just really didn't care about 2 points.
I didn't care about any of their points of view. I thought one character was interesting and she could have gone further. Like I would have been like if it was just her point of view, I think we would have gotten a lot more
even if it was just him and Serapio and her, and just following them in a different story would have been cool.
Yeah, but even if it was just her point of view
with him,
and that whole, and then they introduced the third character
and also,
later on, that would have
I
been
keep saying this and he hates me for it, but people keep talking about like this slow burn romance. The romance is weird. I don't really like it at all. Like I like romance and stuff, and this was just awkward and strange.
I don't, and I didn't.
So, what did you rate it?
No, you go first. You go first. I'm gonna guess a 2. You gave it a 2. Dude, you should have peeled these before. Also, the ones that we supply, the ones that you can get from the shop, come with the paper and stuff, so you can.
I think I give it a 2.5.
2.5.
It's still not a great rating, dude.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Can you peel mine, please?
Why do I get this task?
Because you have longer fingernails than I do.
I cut them all off last
So
night.
you can see that I have had a star, I've had a 5, and I've had a 4. Okay? I'm doing pretty good this year. So you couldn't have peeled it off for me, dude?
I just started it.
Look at this. Now I gotta like keep this up against my face. So will I give it a 2.5?
No.
No, definitely not.
You're gonna go all the way down to a 1.5.
I'm gonna give it a 1.5. Reasoning.
Wow.
Reasoning. I'll never read it again. I don't recommend it.
You're not gonna continue.
For people that like the books that I like, I would not recommend it. I'm not gonna continue the next book.
I'm not either.
So like in no way, the only thing that I'm giving it is the writing was written well, but the story I care nothing about.
Yeah, so like I got to the end of the book and I was like,
hopefully her other books are good because I'm sure that we own other books by her.
One.
Okay, completely different story,
and people,
right?
Yeah, and people
Okay.
say it's really good, but
All right.
they also
but
say
again,
this is really
that's
good.
the problem. That's why I like doing the way that we review things, because it's like if you read any of our other books that we've read,
You'll know like our style.
Yeah. Then you can judge like, oh, he seems to like more lit RPGs. But if you don't like lit RPGs, you're probably not gonna like the books that I like. You know what I mean? So that's why I like having kind of like a scatter plot almost, right? So it's kind of what this is. It's like it shows you what our things are, you know. It's also nice to have like the same book sometimes when you and I read, because you can see the difference between what you like and what I like.
Just plugging this in here. This is March's book club book. I hope everyone joins and people read it and come on and watch it. It's gonna be March 28th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the live stream, so on a live stream here. So yeah, if you're interested in this book, I hear it's pretty good. I hear it's strange and creepy. We're gonna be reading that.
Hopefully it's good.
I hope so. Then we did a buddy read.
Oh, is this the one that is the romance?
The buddy
Look
read.
how thick that book is.
Fantasy romance.
Is it even that big?
630.
How is that 600? And this is also 600.
I don't know.
This is like
the same exact type of paper and book
other.
style as
Look at that.
the Sufficiently Advanced Magic
Look at
series.
this.
Are you
Is
listening?
it? Oh, so
Yeah,
it looks
this.
bigger.
No, it's just like the type of paper and stuff they use is like thicker, and it's like the same format. But anyway, this is book 2. I know some people, including myself, struggled a little bit in the beginning with this because it seemed kind of redundant and like not much was really happening. But I really ended up liking it a lot, and I'm like, I want book 3 to come out. I think it comes out in April, so I'm sure we'll be all reading it together. But if you like romance and you like fantasy, it's a pretty good series, in my
Is that
opinion.
the sequel to
However,
From Blood and Ash?
yes, I feel like
What do you feel like?
a
Can
lot
you
of
not do
people
two things
will
at once?
hate on this series because it has some certain stuff in it that people tend to hate.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's me that hates on this series because it has too much romance.
No, people don't like when men are like assertive and they're like, yes, you want me, I know you want me, and they're like, no, I don't, even though you know they secretly do. Like, people get offended by that.
People get offended by us breathing. So what's your point?
I don't have one.
I don't.
Yes.
What's your point? I don't. No. How the heck? No! Take it off! I'm gonna peel. Next month, both of these
Why
are
can't
gonna
I
be.
like
Both of these are gonna
fantasy
be gone. They're gonna be on
romance?
the back. They're gonna be so. They're gonna be. I'm gonna burn them. I'm gonna take a torch to these two spots right here. You're gonna have two little burn spots on it.
Why am I not
How could
allowed?
you possibly give both of these books a 4? It's better than Kiyoshi
Yeah.
and Harleen.
Yeah,
Those aren't very good. It's almost as good as Carry On.
I think so.
Ugh. Whatever. What's next?
This was the wrapped book for this month.
I wrapped that book
And you read it.
and I read it.
So
Here's my thought,
Okay.
right? I don't pick books for you that I don't think are interesting. So all of the books that I wrap, I'm like, hey, I would probably read this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think about you at all. I don't think about like, I think she would like this. I think to myself, like, I would probably like this. So I'm going to wrap it. So if she picks it, maybe I'll read it too. I did like this book. I liked it more than you.
I think so.
I do
thought-
want to read the next one.
I thought a couple of the characters, like, I thought the characters were interesting. I like that our main character is flawed, but there's a reason behind why he is the way he is. I don't want to spoil anything. I think the overall world was okay. Like, certain things about it kind of just took me out of the
Lore-wise?
feeling. I think it was just like the feeling. It felt very kind of like Gunslinger to me sometimes.
Like a
Like,
Western?
yeah,
Well,
I
that's-
don't know why.
I mean, look at the styling of
I
it.
know, and I just didn't love
And it's
that.
literally says Slinger. It says Slinger in the title of the thing. I think that's in your head now.
Maybe.
You just think Slinger. Anyway, I was told
But
by...
I liked the main character. I liked that there was no romance. There was not, like, unnecessary romance. The woman is, I believe, significantly older than the boy. So, like, there wasn't, like, that thing between them, which sometimes it's good not to have romance.
It's always good to not
That's
have romance.
not true.
Always, because you know why? There's always romance in everything. So when you have a book that doesn't have romance, it's like, wow, this is refreshing. I don't have to tread through all of this boring, awkward, weird stuff. Do you understand? That's how I feel. Anyway, I was told by a friend, the only other person that I take recommendations from, that this book, he read it.
Fedge?
Yeah, Shin.
Oh, he did read it?
He read it because he's like, "Hey, you reading anything?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm reading Spellslinger." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I read that." He said he didn't really like it because he felt like they tricked them based on the title. Because you read this the title of it and it says Spellslinger, so you're assuming it's like, oh, there's gonna be some cool spell slinging in this, you know, and there really isn't. And so he felt like he was like duped. I would say juked, but that's like, it's kind of like a juke, you know, when you juke.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was duped. And I agree. There really isn't a lot of spell slinging in it. And the term spell slinger they explain it toward the end. They explain what it is at the end.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's a lot of magic in the world, but there isn't a lot of like throwing fireballs and chucking magic at each other and stuff, you know? So just expect that.
And they do explain the magic system a little bit. Not too in-depth, but...
Yeah, it doesn't have a crazy magic system, I would say. It doesn't have like an in-depth logical magic system. It is a little bit more like Harry Potter magic system where it's like people have magic. Magic does things.
They explain it a little better.
It
Not
is.
better, but they explain
Yeah.
it a little bit. So
I do like this too. This is a card, right? Like a playing card. And I do like that they... explain like there is a reason that this cover has a card on it. The original cover doesn't. or the American cover doesn't.
Yeah, the U.S. cover doesn't. This is the U.K. one.
And I was looking at the other covers, and they all have
if you get
cards.
the UK one.
Yeah, they all. There's like 4 of these or 5 of these.
6.
Yeah, I want to read the next one.
Do you want us to get the
Do you remember my
one?
reaction last month when we found out that there was like 6 of these?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't want to read that, but I liked it.
It's good.
Do I want to get the physical? I thought we had the second one.
We don't.
We have like 3 of those.
I have none. I have this one.
No, we have other ones.
We don't.
I'm gonna show you that we have them over there later. I'm pretty sure we have more than one. The other one's like Queen Breaker or something.
What?
There's another one that's like.
Book 2 is this one. Shadow Black.
Shadow Black.
I don't
look
have
at
that
that.
book.
Look at that.
I know.
Isn't that cool? We don't have that one, no. I don't think we have.
We don't have them.
I don't think we have them. I lied. I don't care about the physical one. I only want the audio book. What'd you give it, dude? You're telling me.
3.5.
You're telling me that this piece of crap, both of these pieces of crap, were better than this book. Are you kidding me? Who are you? What'd you do with my wife? What happened to you?
I'm just
This
basing
is
it
as
off
good.
of
This is as good as the Superman book.
enjoyment factor.
You're comparing these.
Superman probably should have been a 3.
But it isn't. It's a 3.5. Okay, it's a 3.5.
It's stuck there
It's
forever.
Equivalent.
All right. What did you give it?
Peel it for me, dude. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you waiting? Why are you wasting so much time? What do you think I give it?
A 4.
Wait, that's upside down. A 4. So I think I liked it. I liked it more than Kyoshi.
Really?
But I did not like it as much as Carry On.
So 4.5.
Obviously. So I'm gonna go 4.5 right now based on these because it could be a 4, but I'm feeling generous today, and I have to counteract your hate on it.
Oh my god, I didn't hate it. Is the 3.5 bad? No. It's better than
Then
average.
you should give A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire a 3.5 then if it's not bad, or a 3. Yeah, 3.5 if
No,
it's not
I
bad.
liked that book a lot.
I like this one a lot.
So I have 3 books to talk about. One that you read.
Here's the thing.
1.
What I really liked about this book was the world building. I think that it's gonna get better. So you know what I mean? I don't think that this book by itself is like, oh my gosh, but I have like the
High
way that
hopes.
it's written, it makes me excited for the next chapter. It makes me like, oh, this could end up being something really, really good. But I don't want to give it a low rating because I feel like that excitement makes the book better for me. Does that make sense? Like the anticipation is exciting because it's like it makes me want to read the next one. Like the other one, I don't care about the next one. I don't care about what's happening. I couldn't care less. Does that make sense? Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes people say I could
know.
care less, and I'm
And
like,
it's like, okay, you could
that
care
makes
less.
no sense. Shut up.
All right.
I want to save mine for last. Can we do this one last?
Sure. We did another buddy read. We do a lot of buddy
Yo,
reads.
can you stop reading so many? Okay, so yeah. You do a lot of buddy reads. You are correct. You do a lot of buddy reads. Last month, if you guys remember this, I was yelled at and told, no, we don't really do that. We only do like maybe one. We don't do them every month. Lately, you guys have been doing so many buddy reads. Our Discord is just blasting. It's just like constantly boom, boom, boom.
So
boom,
if you
boom.
are a patron,
I'll be at work and I'm like, what's going on? Oh man, they're talking.
they just talk a lot during the day. I'm like, sometimes I'm like,
you can't keep
how?
up.
I can't keep up. I'm
You
so
gotta
busy.
spend 2 hours catching up at the end of the day.
I do. So the buddy read. One of the buddy reads we did was Obsidian. I almost said
Oblivion.
Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is like you can't see it.
I'm gonna do the game.
You gonna show this on the screen?
Tell me what you thought about it, and I'm gonna try to predict what your rating is. Okay?
So
No numbers. Don't give me a number though. That'd be weird.
Armentrout, same author that does Kingdom of Flesh and Fire.
Oh, that's the problem. All right,
So,
3.5, 4.
We have people in our Discord that have read this series and they've been like, wanting everyone else to read it. So we did a buddy read, and she warned us that this is one of the author's like earlier books, I believe, earlier series. So, and she warned us that it's very YA tropey, which I'm glad because if I just went into this without that warning, I would have probably hated on it so bad. It was so a Twilight knockoff. It wasn't even funny. Like, it was funny. I just was reading it. I was like, this is Twilight. Like, this is a total Twilight, like, fanfic or whatever. Like, it's such a knockoff, but because I knew that going in, I didn't hate it. It was very, like, high school, very, like, whatever at times. I found myself like, all right. Like, let's just get through some of this. The ending, I was like, okay. Like, I want to continue.
You were like, okay.
All right, okay.
Okay, book.
And I'm able to read these on Scribd for free, so I'm like, why not?
Scribd.
I don't have, like, the actual books, but I don't know if they're good enough for me to actually buy them at this point. Like, I'll probably continue on and read the next one on Audible.
Can you show them so that I don't have to put it on the screen?
I tried to. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it does. Just keep it right there for a sec. There you go.
So I'll probably continue that way. I don't know if we're going to continue a buddy read of it, but...
3.5.
Yeah. No, it wasn't as good as Spellslinger.
It wasn't.
I would say it's a 3.
Yes! Yeah!
These two probably should be down here.
Yeah, probably should.
Probably
should. Probably
then,
sure.
I wanted to read a romance. Another romance.
Oh, did you? Oh, you only read 2 other ones
I've
this
been in
month.
a romance
I wanted
mood.
to read a romance. Do not make me read a romance for the book club. I will not read it. I'm just telling you right now, if you choose a romance, I'm out.
This book,
I won't even be in the live stream.
I received it as an ARC a long time ago. It came out in September 2019, but I randomly wanted a romance and I picked it up. It was a cute story. It's about her moving away from her life up in New York and going down to like the Florida Keys, and then a hurricane hits and
then her boyfriend,
she gets like
she
stuck
has an
there.
ex-boyfriend, and then she meets a hot boy, and then the boy's like, "Oh my god, I'm a boy," and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm a girl," and then, "Oh my god, let's date."
Is this like an Avril Lavigne song?
Why?
He was a boy and she was a girl. So anyway,
That's how you were describing it. That wasn't my fault.
So it was cute. It was not. I feel like my romances, I like them to be a little more like
Romantic.
Yeah. Like I feel like these two characters together, I liked that the girl was like very strong and like she didn't let boys like, put her down, and she was just like a very strong-willed character, but almost too much so where it was like everything you do is wrong, and like I don't know. I felt like the connection between the two characters wasn't enough for me. Like I want to feel that like, I can't wait to see you and blah blah blah, and like the thing that
like Twilight.
I feel like they were always together, like every scene. Like a lot of romances.
Could you say that she was his own personal brand of heroine?
No.
Okay.
So
well then,
I feel like a lot of romances you'll have like backstory with like the girl and backstory with the boys, and sometimes they'll like both. You'll have perspective, like both perspectives. This book you only have the girl's perspective. There just wasn't that spark for me. Like even when they like kissed, I was just like, okay, who cares? Like, the story was cute. I'm not mad. I read it. Could have been better.
2.5.
No, I'd say it was a 3. It wasn't that bad.
So this one you said wasn't. You said this one was good, and now this one
the
wasn't
ending,
that bad.
it was comical throughout most of it, but the ending was pretty good. I finished this one just in time.
Who carries an umbrella that big? It's like a house umbrella. That's like for like a picnic.
Picnic.
A picnic.
Then we read
Dude, this was my recommendation.
Wayward Son.
And guess what? It was great. Can I see the cover of that? Does it have? Oh, it has the clouds. The naked cover, Meek.
Oh, I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a cool one. I like it. This is a sequel to Carry On, and what's cool about it is that, and not cool. Everyone doesn't know if it's cool, but it takes place. The other one takes place in England, UK of some kind. I don't know where exactly. I don't remember. But this one takes place in the U.S. The to travel to the U.S. So it was weird. It was cool because we got to learn a lot about the U.K. in the first one, and now this we got to see like the U.S. and how different it is, how different the magical culture is, because this is a magic, like it's like
and it really goes into depth on like how the magic works depending on where you live.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with the first, we're going to talk more about the first one because it kind of sets up this one a little bit. But the magic system is based on muggles, basically, we could say, normies, right, like us, words, like phrases, words, things that the more that they're used by us, the more that the magical world could use the thing.
To like feed off of almost.
Like what's one? Like carry on, right? Like carry on is a thing that's said a lot. That could be a spell, right? I don't know what it does, but it could be a spell. So anything that's popular and people say it a lot can be used as a spell, and that's kind of like the magic system in this world. But it's cool because there's like vampires and werewolves and like all the different types of creatures, and you know the mages are kind of like uptight and like their own little like bubble of like we're the best type thing. But in the US it's different. They're very spread apart and there aren't as many, but the US is very dangerous because of that, because there's a lot of dead
like,
zones.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
dead zones where like there aren't people around to like use the phrases to create these magical abilities. It was good. I really liked it a lot. I found myself laughing my butt off.
Yeah, it was a very funny thing.
I just love the way this... I can't believe I haven't read anything else by this author, but I mean, this is really her only fantasy series, but she's so funny to me. Like, the way she describes things, I literally find myself laughing out loud. Like, I just really enjoy her writing style.
So the characters, there's basically 3 main characters, and I love all of them. I think they're all great. I think that they're more interesting than Harry, Hermione, and Ron.
Absolutely.
I love Ron. He is my favorite character out of the big 3.
I found this book very, like, stressful, though, at times. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, no, please.
I thought that this book was better than the first one. I did like it more than the first one. The first one was more. There was a bigger main problem, right?
Yeah.
This one seemed like it was. It definitely wasn't as connected to the other one, because I feel like the other one was written by a standalone story, right? This one was more like a continuation of the end of the story. So it was like the aftermath, the things that are going to happen
like
after
the
main story. And I really liked it. I liked the main. I love the main characters.
I didn't like it
the main.
better.
I would love to see a show of this. I think this could be this world that she made could be a really good TV show.
I didn't like it better, but I definitely liked it as much. And I loved the first one. So, I mean, that goes to show you right now that I gave it a 5. I can't. Meek. Oh no.
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Fix it.
That's embarrassing. Oh no, it's
done.
You gave up. You just stuck
I'm just
it
like,
on.
done.
You gave it a 5, huh?
I'm guessing you gave it a star.
Maybe. So the only
2 stars and it's only February?
Who said I'm giving it a star, dude?
Me.
So I gave the last one
a 5. But you liked it more.
You guys will never know what I'm gonna give it because I'm not gonna show you. Get out of here, Meek. Get out of here. Get out.
I have a headache.
You are a headache. A headache.
I
I gave it a star. I just thought it was so much.
You know he likes a book when he knows in advance that I've bought like multiple copies of it and he's not yelling at me about it. Because like I have book 1 in this new cover coming in when it comes out, and then I pre-ordered book 3. You know that's a pretty good.
I think that like so here's the weird thing about the first book is that it takes place like imagine if Harry Potter started in year 6. Mm-hmm. That's basically when this book takes place.
Yeah.
The main characters are in magical school, Hogwarts-ish.
But later on.
But they're at the end of their career in school, and they have all this past history and stuff, which I wish we had seen, but now I don't want to see it because I already know what happens at the end.
Yeah.
It's like watching the prequel to a movie, but you already know that Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. So it's like it's not as exciting, you know. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's like watching
Ow.
it's like watching the end of reading the end of
When
Harry
is book
Potter
3 coming
and
out?
seeing Ron die at the end of Harry Potter, and then going back and like it's like, oh, what's gonna happen to Ron? Is he gonna die? Yeah, and then he ends up dying at the end. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you guys haven't read Harry Potter yet, maybe you should go read that. Now you already know that Ron dies. And Harry. Harry also dies. They die together
Anyway, the
in an
wind
embrace.
blows.
What's that? The new one? The third one?
Comes out when?
June.
You already know this?
July. The end of June.
I think the
July.
other book cover comes out around the same time.
Cool.
It's great.
It's great.
So if you
It's
haven't
good.
read it,
So good.
you should read it. And if
good
you don't
bit.
like it, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's just a fun romp around the world.
Seriously.
It's just a good.
Hilarious.
Don't tell people it's hilarious.
I think
'cause
it's hilarious.
Different.
You and I know. Sometimes you'd be like, "What are you laughing
Yeah,
at?"
and I'm
I'm like,
like,
"This
"Oh,
part,"
God.
and you're like, Weirdo.
But there are moments in the book that are they are funny, but it depends on your humor. You know, if you like the stuff that we like, you like it. But it's just a fun, nonsense, no nonsense, goodness. I gave it a star. I liked it.
I love this.
I liked it a
It's
lot.
good.
Was that the last book?
Yeah,
Look at that, Meek. I have 6. I read 6 this month so far, this year.
not so bad.
Not so bad,
Yeah,
right?
it's not so bad.
Pretty good. And
What
I got
are we
some.
reading? Well, our TBR is up. I've added some books to my TBR since it went up, so look forward to that in the wrap up for March. But please, if you want to read Night Film with us, go for it. Anyone can join.
Yeah. And I think that's it. You want to give him a word? Do you remember what your word was?
Yeah, I think it was Spiral.
It was Spiral. Good job.
Ah.
Did I hurt you? I'm sorry.
No.
So include the word spiral in your comment if you end up leaving a comment. And if you just basically to prove that you stayed this far, we choose a new word every time, usually, when we remember.
I'm sure we've recycled words before.
Never. We've never recycled the word. Words cannot be recycled. That's not a thing. How do you recycle a word? You mean reuse?
Yeah.
The 3 R's. Reuse, reduce, recycle. I almost didn't get reduced now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. Like the video. If you want to join our Patreon, you can go over, or Discord, you can go over to the Patreon. For the lowest tier, you can join the Discord.
Be a part of our buddy reads.
There's some other tiers that give you early access to videos, discount on the wand shop and stuff. If you guys are watching this, you're probably not interested in wand stuff. Also, these are available on the shop, on Etsy, enderswands.com. We'll bring you to the Etsy shop. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you reading? Oh, we talk about that.
We talk about that in the TBR. So nice little tease there, baby.
I legit was like, wait, what are you reading?
I know that was unintentional. I get it. It's okay. Say bye, Meek.
Bye, Meek.